it's when we fell in love, not knowing what if.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. So as I promised in the previous video, I'm going to be doing my birthing story. The only thing is it's gonna be just me again, and as I mentioned before in the previous video, my husband was supposed to be in it, but unfortunately that's not happening. So it's just gonna be me. So hopefully you guys still enjoy the story. So let's just start out with a little jump back. I started trying to go into labor around 37 weeks. It did not work. I remember back as soon as I turned 37 weeks, it's considered a full-term pregnancy. So if you have the baby afterwards, you should be okay. And I was just over pregnancy. I was tired. My back was hurting and I wasn't working. At that time, I already had stopped. And I was just tired and I couldn't get comfortable. And everything started to seem like a chore. Basically, cleaning was horrible. Cooking and everything, I was just over it. So fast forward to the day before my pregnancy. I went grocery shopping, or the day before my pregnancy, I'm sorry. I mean the day before my due date. I had went grocery shopping and I was like, this baby's gonna come. I don't know when, but I'm gonna prepare because I don't want to have to cook. I don't want to have to clean. I don't want to have to do this or that. I just want to be able to focus on my baby basically. And so 39 weeks, the day before 40 weeks, I get my grocery stuff. I meet a nice counter lady and she had asked me everything. I gave her, I was like, oh, I'm actually due tomorrow, but no signs of baby yet. And she was like, wow, she's like, I can't believe how well you're moving around. But little did she know how much pain I actually was in from my lower back. If you know me in person, you know I have like back pain for no real reason. It's just I have back pain. But I've had it since I was like in my early teens, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Anyways, so continue on to later on that evening. 3 in the morning hits and I wake up and I'm just feeling so uncomfortable. I'm just like, oh, I started feeling like a type of pressure that was different. And I was like, okay. And it felt like my stomach would tighten. So it was like that type of pressure plus like a little bit of a sharp pain, but nothing I couldn't handle. So I get on my phone and I'm like, all right, I felt it at this time. And then over the hours, they were so inconsistent. It was like I felt it every 30 minutes and then it was like 10 minutes and then it was a minute and then it was 5 minutes. And if you're pregnant or know someone who's been pregnant before, you know they say you have to have, I think, like 5-10 minutes of like consecutive every 3 minutes or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And that just wasn't happening for me. So on my 40 week day to the day, I had a doctor's appointment. So my husband stayed home with me and he was gonna go with me to my appointment. He was gonna, you know, we're gonna go to the doctor, see like, hey, when is this kid coming? Because, you know, like our due date's here. It's here already and no signs. But 3 in the morning comes and I'm just like, oh, okay, nothing different. So there's no point in going to the hospital. I'm just gonna wait. So I text my mother-in-law. I said, hey, I'm having contractions, but they're not consistent. So, you know, don't worry. I'm just giving you a heads up. And she was insistent. She's like, no, you guys need to go to the hospital. You guys need to go to the hospital. This baby's going to come. And I was like, nah. I was like, don't worry about it. So then 8 o'clock rolls around and I wake my husband up. I'm like, hey, let's get ready to go to my appointment. And I already had my makeup done. My hair was already done too. And I was like, all right, let's go to my appointment. And so I'm sitting down eating something like breakfast because I was like, I'm hungry. I need to eat before I go to this appointment, because if not, I'm kind of a grump if I don't eat. So I'm eating and then his phone rings and his mom's like, you need to take her to the hospital. You need to take her to the hospital. I have a feeling this baby's gonna come today. And I'm just like, I don't think so. It's not consistent enough. But my husband's like, all right, let's just go. You know, you never know and it doesn't hurt to check. I was like, all right. So we pack our bags into the hospital, or into the back of my truck so we could go to the hospital. And I'm like, all right, let's go, let's go. And then we get there and they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, all right, I'm having contractions. I'm 40 weeks today, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, all right. And so they don't fully check me in quite yet, but they're like, we'll check you, we'll see what's going on and everything like that. So I'm starting to get a little more uncomfortable, but still not unbearable. And I'm just like, no, I was like, I can handle this. I was like, there's no point of doing this. There's no point. Like, I should be at my doctor's, and then I should be home, and I should be sleeping. Like, I should be getting some rest. And like, remember, just keep in mind, remember, I was mainly up since 3 in the morning. Keep that in mind. And so then I'm like, all right, whatever. They check me and they're like, oh, you're only at 1.5 centimeters. They're like, the baby's gonna be coming, but you're only at 1.5. So I was like, all right. And then it starts getting a little more painful, and I'm like, okay, all right, it's starting to seem a little real. And then they're like, all right, do me a favor, go walk around the hospital for 2 hours, and when it's about the 1:45 mark, walk towards us, wait until the 2-hour mark, and then let us know that it's been 2 hours, and we'll check you again, and if you're far enough, we'll admit you. If not, you know, it's still not time. And I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. And so we walk around for 2 hours, and during that 2 hours, like, I know this is kind of gross, but I had to use the restroom a lot because, you know, your organs are everywhere, so you gotta go to the bathroom. And they said eat while you can, because once you're admitted, you can't eat, basically. And I'm like, all right. So we stop at the cafe. I got me something to drink. I got me a sandwich. Me and my husband split one because he wasn't really hungry, but I know I needed to eat too, and I wanted to make sure he was good, because just in case the baby was coming, you know. And finally we walk around the 2 hours. My mother-in-law calls and she's like, hey, we're here at the hospital, where are you guys? And we're like, we're walking around, blah blah blah. And by that point I was already in so much pain. I was like, okay, this hurts, this is not fun, like, I was like, ouch. And I kept wanting to sit down and take breaks, you know. My husband wouldn't let me. He's like, no, we gotta walk this baby out, we gotta walk this baby out. And I'm sitting here like, we? Between me? I gotta push her out. I was like, this is gonna hurt, but whatever. And so then we're, you know, I see my mother-in-law and they're like, oh my God, like, how are you? How do you feel? Do you feel the baby's okay? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I was like, it hurts when the contraction hits, but when it doesn't hit, I'm fine. Like, I feel good. And then it hits and I like crouch down because I'm like, oh man, it's in pain. So they end up going to get something to eat from the cafe as well, because they were gonna stay until the baby came, because they're like, all right, you have to be further along, you have to be further along. So then we go back to the nurse's station and they admit me, and they're like, oh, okay, oh, you're at 2.5, so we'll admit you. Well, 2.5, something like that. And I was like, okay. I mean, I thought like that you don't get admitted until like you're further along, but I mean, hey, it works. So they admit me and everything. We're sitting in one of the rooms, like, they have curtains. It's not even really a room, it's like it's a room with curtains just to separate the bed, and it's like a hole in the wall, kind of. I don't even know how to explain it. It's not a normal room. And so I'm just sitting there. They have the monitor on my belly, and I'm starting to get in so much pain, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I was like, this hurts, this hurts. But my thing was, I wasn't gonna get epidural. Yeah, right. So I'm like, no, it hurts, it hurts. I have my husband by my side. He's just sitting with me. He's being a trooper too. He's like, I know it hurts. He's holding my hand and I'm squeezing it when the contractions come. And then my mother-in-law asks, hey, is it okay if I come back there with you guys? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, like, you know. And I felt so bad at this next part, because if you know me in my real life, my stepmom had passed when I was about 5 months pregnant, and she and me were like this. Like we were really, really close. And she was all I could think about at the moment, because she was supposed to be here. She was supposed to be holding my hand, and she was supposed to, she was supposed to be there with me. And she was my like main supporter, basically. But unfortunately she passed, and it broke my heart while I was in in that point of my labor. Mixed emotions, But anyways, I felt so bad because I was crying and I was like, I want my mom, I want my mom. And I felt so bad because my mother-in-law was like, I know you miss her. So I'm crying, I'm making her tear up. It was a big old emotional mess, and my husband's just sitting there like, he didn't know what to do, like he could only be supportive. So fast forward, they're like, all right, we're gonna admit you into your room, blah blah blah. They're checking me, like, okay, you're at 4 now, like or 3, something like that. Like, let's take you to the room. So I'm in my room, and then all my in-laws are able to come in because it's more of a private room. They're like, this is where you're gonna have your baby, so go ahead, get comfortable. Your family, let them get comfortable too, because we're gonna be here for a little bit, whenever that baby decides to come. And I'm like, cool. I was like, I have my restroom, I have my shower, I have my family who could sit over there, I have my bed, my husband's gonna be right here. I was like, we're good. This baby, she can come whenever she wants, I'm set. No, that was not the case. It got worse. The pain was horrible, but I was still determined. No epidural, no, 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 honey. I was like, all right. I was like, this hurts. This hurts. I was like, oh God. And my labor and delivery nurse, she was like, well, you said you don't want epidural, so what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I need something. Like, I need something to ease my pain. Like, a heated pad, or, something would have worked, something warm, maybe like a hot cloth. But, I couldn't think at the time, so I didn't know how to say, like, help me, I'm hurting. But, so they're like, okay, I could give you, like, a pain medicine in your IV, and that'll make you feel better if anything. And I was like, no, not right now, maybe in a while. But then the pain got so intense over time that it started making me very angry. Like, my husband was charging his phone, updating my family for me, because my family's in Colorado as we're in California. And he's updating them on his phone. He's updating his side of the family on his phone. My phone's going off. And I just wasn't having it. I was angry and everything. So every time he left and I had a contraction, I would scream at him, like, get over here, I'm in so much pain, get over here, what are you doing? And his mom was like, it's okay, sweetie, like, you could yell at him, I understand you're in so much pain, blah blah blah. Oh, I did. I yelled, I screamed. It was my time. It's okay, it's fun to joke around now, but I did feel kind of bad afterwards, And I told the nurse, I was like, all right, give me that pain medicine and my IV. I was like, I need it, I'm hurting. I was like, but no epidural. And she's like, all right. So she gives me the pain medicine, and it makes me loopy. It doesn't take the pain away of the contractions. And mind you, the contractions are still everywhere, like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, a minute, 10 minutes, 2, 7, like stuff like that. Like, it was never consecutive. And then I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Are you serious? Like, I'm in so much pain. And I'm just like, ugh. But because of the pain medicine, I was loopy. So I was just like, like, it was like, basically I was high. My mother-in-law, sorry, she's like, I can tell you're feeling a little better. I was like, yeah, but it hurts. It's like, I can't do this. And she's like, all right, do you want an epidural? I was like, no, not yet. I could do this. She's like, Mija, the pain's gonna get worse, just to let you know. And I'm like, I'm gonna see how far I am. And they're like, oh, you're at, I think I was at like 5, or no, 4.5, like something like that, like 4.5. And they're like, no, you're progressing really slowly, blah blah blah. And I was like, this makes no sense. So I was like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. They're like, we might have to give you an induction medicine to get, the process going. And I was like, I don't know about that. But then as time kept going, I kept getting in more and more pain. So I finally said, you know what? Forget it. I'm done. Give me that epidural. I'm in pain right now. You guys help me, please. Give me it. Give me the medicine. So I call my nurse. I'm like, hello, can I get the medicine, please? And she's like, okay, I'm gonna have to call the anesthesiologist, blah, blah, blah. She comes to my room not that long later and she's all, he's in surgery right now and he'll come to you as soon as surgery's done. I'm like, are you serious? Like, what the heck? Like, I need my pain medicine now. He's the only anesthesiologist. Are you serious? And at this point I had they had switched nurses, so this nurse was so very nice to me. She was a sweetheart. Anything I needed, she wanted. She would constantly come check me. How are you feel? Are you in pain? Let me know what I could do to help you. And then I kept pushing the button like every so often, like, hey, can you check me? Hey, can you check if the anesthesiologist can come yet? And I felt bad, but you know, she was really kind. She's like, don't worry, this is my job to take care of you. I'm like, I feel bad, but you know, she was a very sweet lady at least. And then finally the anesthesiologist comes. I'm tired because I've been up on and off since 3 in the morning, so no sleep. I'm in pain, I'm annoyed, and I'm just like, just give me the medicine and we'll be good. Excuse my pajamas, by the way. I'm sitting like this, waiting for him to give me the medicine. And he's literally rubbing my back like this, telling me, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean you. I'm gonna stick the needle in your back, but you cannot move. And once this needle is in, you have to be very careful. Make sure you don't move. And as I'm poking you, don't move. If you feel like you're gonna have a contraction, let me know because you can't move. He was just explaining everything in details that I understand his job, but the way he was going about it was like a sloth. He was talking so very slow that I was getting annoyed. I started yelling. I was like, I don't care, I understand, thank you, give me the medicine. I was like, I understand, I can't move. I'll tell you if I have a contraction. So eventually, get the epidural, and oh my God, it felt great. I couldn't feel nothing. It was a life changer. I know some women could do it without it. Congratulations, because I couldn't. It was too painful. No, thank you, ma'am. Anyways, the story is kind of getting long. If you're still here, thank you for sticking here. So, you know, time goes on. They give me a medicine, Pitocin, to make my contractions more like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. For example, not literally 2 minutes, but 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. And they're like, okay, we're gonna check you every so often. They had me laying on my side like this, laying on my side like that while my leg was propped, depending on what side I was laying. They said this will help open you, get you ready for labor. I'm like, awesome, like I feel great now, thank you very much, like I appreciate your guys' help now. You know, medicine helped with the pain, so I was nice, I was extra nice. And next thing you know, I started feeling pain again, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling the pain, I'm feeling the pain. And I was like, I'm not doing this. Nurse. She's like, hi, what's going on? I was like, my epidural. I was like, it's starting to wear off. I was like, I'm hurting. She's like, okay. She gets back working. Woo. I was like, hey, can you do me a favor? I was like, can you check me? And she's like, oh yeah, sweetie, anything. I'm telling you, she was the sweetest nurse. If you have a labor and delivery nurse, that is so sweet to you. Be nice to them because they're freaking awesome. Like, they're helping you one of your most crazy moments in your life. It's beautiful, it's hectic, it's painful, it's the shebang, you know? Like, oh my God, you're already at 8. And I'm like, yes, I'm almost there. Like, finally I get to meet my daughter soon. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be awesome, finally. And so she's like, all right, I'll check on you in a little bit. You know, I continue laying on my side, and then I'm like resting my eyes because I'm like, all right, this means the baby's gonna come. After this, I'm not getting no sleep. No, honey, no sleep. I think it was maybe 30 minutes later, and she comes and she's like, let me check you one more time. I just want to make sure because with Pitocin, you could open up really fast, blah, blah, blah. And so she checks me. And if you know the way they check, you know they have to stick their hand in you or whatever. I don't know how they determine it. But she's like, oh my God, you're at 9.5. She's like, we got to get you going. I was like, whoa, what? And she's like, yeah, she's like, it's time, mama, it's time. And I'm like, whoa. They asked my in-laws to get out. They're like, all right, the baby's coming. She's gonna be pushing. So if you guys could step into the hallway, please, we'd appreciate it. And the only person that was, because they asked me who I wanted in the room. And I was like, they're like, do you want dad in the room? I was like, yes, 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 he has to be in this room. He's staying in this room, I don't care. And then they're like, anyone else? I was like, my mother-in-law could stay. I was like, she could stay. They're like, all right, sounds good. They put the stirrups, because I couldn't feel my legs still, so they had to help literally like lift me up and everything. And then my doctor comes in. She's like, all right, are we ready to have a baby? And I'm like, yes. I was like, get this baby out of me. And then I guess on the charts my contractions were going like crazy high or whatever. They're like, do you feel that? I was like, nope. I'm good. So then they're like, all right, mama, ready? And I'm like, all right. So my doctor's at the bottom of my feet, you know, and she's like, all right, when I tell you to push, push. And then the whole thing's going on, and my mother-in-law's at my feet because she wanted to see a live birth. She's birthed, you know, her children, of course, but it's different compared to birthing compared to seeing it yourself in person. And she was like, I've always wanted to see a live birth, and this would be so special to see my grandchild born. You know, I thought I'd be able to do that for her, especially because I had none of my own blood family with me, unfortunately. So it felt nice to have someone who was also supportive of me as well. But so the next thing you know, it took like maybe 6 pushes and my daughter was out, and they're like, she's here, she's here. And my labor and delivery nurse was the sweetest lady ever. She comes up to me and she hugs me. She's like, oh my god, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. You did it, you did it, you're so strong. And I'm 4'10", so I'm small. And I think she said she was like 4'11", so not much taller than me. And she's like, oh my god, you give me so much hope in having a baby myself, because I didn't know if being my height, if my body would be able to do it, but watching this is amazing. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I had my doctor, I had my mother-in-law, my husband, I had my labor and delivery nurse, I had student nurses cheering us on. And then, you know, my doctor comes up and she comes like this and she kisses me on my forehead and she's like, oh my god, congratulations, you're so strong, mama, I'm proud of you. And my doctor is Indian, so she's like really nice lady and everything, and she's like, I'm so proud of you, you should be proud. Like, I'm like this as she's talking to me. I'm like, thank you. I'm crying because I'm so happy my baby's. And I'm just so happy, and my baby's crying, and because, you know, they cry as soon as they come out. And then they put the baby on my chest, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're here, you're here. I was like, I'm so happy, I love you. And it was just an amazing moment. Fast forward to, you know, the family gets to come in and they're all excited, but my doctor is very strict at first. I had my baby at 10:47 at night, and you know, it's getting really late, everyone has to go home, get some sleep. So that, you know, everyone was so excited, like, oh my god, can we meet this new addition to our family? Like, come on, so excited. And then my mother-in-law was like, can I hold her? And I was like, here. So she's holding her and loving on her, you know, and the doctor's like, no, 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 no. She needs to go back with her mom. It's very important for the first 30 minutes that the baby's with mom. And they're like, it helps regulate her temperature, it helps them create a bond, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't remember the full shebang because I was kind of like mind blown, you know. Like, they're like, okay, well, we have to go, so we'll just take, if we could take some quick photos. And they're like, yeah. So took a quick photo with my mother-in-law. Like, Mija, we'll be back tomorrow, but it was amazing. Congratulations, thanks for bringing our grandbaby in the world and everything like that. Because it was my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law. So all of them got to see their niece and godsisters or goddaughter slash grandchild. And it was just awesome just to see that, you know, how much they loved on her that day, because it was like, whoa, you know, we have a new family member. I didn't get to go to bed until I think like 5 in the morning the next day. So I was up for well over 24 hours. No, 4 in the morning the next day, because I was feeding the baby, I was taking care of her, you know. And then because I breastfed, I still am, but I breastfed her. And you know, it's very important to get the baby attached right away to start your supply and everything like that. So I was just like, all right, like awesome. I got my girl going and everything like that. And as a first time mom, you worry. So I was just like, okay, she okay? Okay, time for a diaper change. Okay, she's cold. Okay, this, okay, that. And then, you know, just a few days in the hospital, I had previous coworkers come visit me, or coworker, and I had family come visit me, which was awesome. And my baby girl was just showing so much love. Your daughter is so beautiful. Normally, you know, we tell patients that because you know, it's like not all babies are cute, no offense, but not all babies are cute. They're like, but your baby is so gorgeous. I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And I'm gonna end off with this, but my brother-in-law and sister-in-law were coming back to visit the baby, I think it was like the following day. And they're like, they had like I think it was like a little bear or something for her. And they're like, hi, we're here to see my sister-in-law and my niece, my goddaughter. Where's Alexis Adano? They're like, oh, do you mean the girl with the cutest baby? I mean, the girl that just had the baby last night? Yeah, she's right over here. You go this way, go that way, and right over there. And they started laughing. They're like, oh my god, they're like, how funny. Like, she's a very beautiful baby, but you know, we're not the only one noticing it. It's obviously it's true because we have other people saying it as well, and she's only literally like a day old, not even like hours. So it was pretty cool. But this video was really long, so if you're finished watching this, thank you so much for watching. I had fun telling the story and just reliving the day that my baby was born. She was born on her due date, 10:47 at night, and she was 6 pounds 13 and a half, or sorry, not 13 and a half, 13.9 ounces, so almost 14 ounces. But it was the best day of my life. And she was 19 and a half inches long. So I want to say again, thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share this to get your friends part of our little family. Appreciate you guys watching and sticking around. Let me know if there's any other story times you think you want to hear, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.